No matter how you slice it, week 2 is usually always the must-win game. It really is the game that dictates, in my opinion, the rest of the season. It's even worse if you come out of week 1 winless. And that's what the Detroit Lions did, losing to the Green Bay Packers in, pathetic fashion, to be honest. Got the fan base is in an uproar. Dan Campbell's in an uproar. Everybody's in an uproar. And to make matters worse or better, depending on how you look at it, we are up against our old offensive coordinator, especially coming off of the offensive performance that we had against the Green Bay Packers in week 1. So it's going to be a matchup nonetheless. And the loser of this game from here on out, has a 10% chance to make the playoffs. So one of these teams will fall in that category. Will it be the Chicago Bears or the Detroit Lions? I'm going to give you my thoughts at the end of this video, but let's do what we usually do. This is one of my 2 lowest viewed videos of the week, the other being the defensive rank through and the power rankings being the 3rd. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so this is coming from ESPN. Shout out to ESPN, man. They redid their website, and I am digging this. It looks a lot better, a lot cleaner, and it's much more easy for me to use. The Detroit Lions have a 61.8% chance to win this game. The Chicago Bears, 37.8%, and that's including the offensive performance, including Benedict Johnson being the head coach of the Chicago Bears, and they still gave them that much percent. We've got Jared Goff. Oh, I love this. I love the way that they've done this. Jared Goff, after one game, has 225 passing yards, but we're just going to look at, I guess they brought the yards, so we might as well look at him. 31 for 39 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Caleb Williams, 21 for 35 with 1 touchdown and 210 yards. We've got Caleb Williams, the leading rusher. I did not know that. I did not get to see the entire game on Monday. I caught just halfway through the 4th quarter. Has 6 carries, 1 touchdown for 58 yards. David Montgomery is the leading rusher. Wow, 11 carries. Wow, 11 carries for 25 yards. That is about 2 yards a carry. Great pitcher, though, Dave. Great pitcher. DJ Moore, 3 receptions, 68 yards. Sam Laporta, 90, had 6 receptions for 79 yards. The Detroit Lions, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy. They got the profile pick, the gray boy. Sacks, 0. 0, man. You know I get excited when we start talking about sacks. And you got this guy over here, TDE, 1 sacks. Sewell had 9 tackles. Jack Campbell had 9 tackles for the Detroit Lions. Find a ticket. That's a lie. That might be for standing room only, but that might be a lie too. You've got the status of some particular Grady Jarrett. That's a big deal. Questionable. You've got a doubtful here. Out. Kyler Gordon, Austin Booker, IR, and this guy on IR as well. Kirby Joseph just got this questionable knee. You got Sione Vaki, 2nd game in a row, doubtful, which means he's not going to play. Trevor Nowalski is out. Taylor Decker is questionable. He does want to play, said Dan Campbell, and Jamarco Jones is out for the season. If we look at our last 5 opponents, the Detroit Lions, wow, man. Remember there was a time, which is crazy. I know this is the preseason, and we had that extra game, so thankfully we don't have to see the Washington game. But the Detroit Lions, including the preseason, are 1-4. And the Chicago Bears, including the preseason, are 3-1-1. So not a lot to base not a lot of stats. We just got a 1-game sample size. But the Detroit Lions are in a must-win game. Actually, both teams are, but we don't care nothing about the Bears, right? Forget the Bears. Shout out to Isaac. They got to win this game. They have to win this game. It is imperative that they win this game. A lot of reasons. I'm not trying to look past the Bears, but I'm going to tell you what. If we beat the Bears, we're supposed to beat the Bears. Even with their new head coach, we are supposed to beat the Bears. And I don't want to look past them, but beating the Bears would be getting back on the right track. I'm more worried about the week after that. Now, I don't have to play the game. The coaches and the players have to be ready for Chicago. Nobody's looking past the Bears. But if we beat the Bears, that is not a sign that everything's okay. A lot of factors. How does the offense look? How does the defense look? Did we sack Caleb? Caleb was the most sacked quarterback in the National Football League last year. He's getting the ball out a lot quicker, but he still holds on to it long enough to be sacked, right? We were able to contain Jordan Love, but we couldn't get him down. We should be able to sack Caleb Williams. If we walk out of game 2 with no sacks, we have a big problem because we've got Lamar Jackson, old man Joe Flacco. We've got Joe Burrow, who can move around as well. We've got Patrick Mahomes, who can move around as well. So let's look at the ranking comparison on both offense and defense coming from the Detroit Lions Twitter account or Tim 20man. That is it. Points per game. The Detroit Lions ranked 24th all of a sudden after just one game. The number 1 offense last year, the number 3 offense the year before, number 24 so far. The Chicago Bears are tied for 10th with 24 points per game. Again, a very small sample size, and we'll see how that does. Total offense, we ranked 27th. So we had the most points per game, and I can't remember if we had the most yards per game. Total offense, I think we did. We were number 1 in both. 246 yards, ranked 27th to the Chicago Bears. 317, ranked 14th. Rushing yards, we had 46. That is second to last. Ironically, that is also where we are in sacks. I don't know if sacks is on this list, but we are only ahead of the Carolina Panthers and only behind the Philadelphia Eagles. Every other team in the National Football League has a sack. Chicago, 119, which is tied for 10th. And they have our old running back. That's crazy. Passing offense, we had 200 yards. We are 15th. The Chicago Bears, 198. They are 16th. Third down offense, 33.3%, which is 25th in the NFL. And we are better by 8 yards or 8 percentage points, 25, which makes the Chicago Bears tied for 28th. Red zone efficiency. We were great last year. We had our 25%, tied for 27th. The Chicago Bears are 1 for 1 in the red zone, 100%. They are tied for first. Giveaways, 1 apiece. We're both tied with 15th. Now, that was the offense. If we go look at the defense, points per game, we are ranked 25th, which is, we are ranked 25th. Which is 27 points per game. Chicago is 27th, which is also tied. So we've allowed that. That's crazy. Didn't even peep that. Total defense, we are 11th. I just wanted to make sure my graphic was correct, and it is. We are 11th with 266 yards. Chicago is 7th, allowing just 12 yards less with 254. If you look here, just wanted to make sure if you look at the top there, total yards, which is defense, which I keep trying to tell y'all, I have 11th, which is exactly what Tim has as well. Remember, I know you guys say that defense stats can skew things. That's 100% true. But at the end of the day, this is how the NFL keeps their stats. This is how they decide who has the number 1 defense, the number 1 offense. It's based off, defense is based off yards, and so is total offense is also based off yards. You think it would be based off points? We would have the number 1 in points scored, but we could also have a lesser total offense. It's crazy, but that's the way it goes. Rushing defense, 78 yards which is tied for 11th. And the Chicago Bears in that first game allowed 120 yards rushing. Now, last year with our offensive coordinator, their new coach, we would probably not run the ball. This is a sign that the ball needs to be run, period. You know we're going to run it. They're terrible against the run. They are in the bottom third of the league. Run the football, all right? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. None of that gimmicky stuff. Run the football. Passing defense, 188, which is tied for 14th, to their 134, which is 5th. Third down defense. This was our bread and butter. Both of these last year was our bread and butter. We 40%, which is tied for 13th. They are 25%, which is tied for 3rd. Red zone efficiency. This was also our bread and butter. 60%, which is 17th. They are 66.7, which is 18th. And we have no takeaways but 1 giveaway, and they have one takeaway. So we're both tied for 19th. That's weird. No, I'm sorry. We're tied for 19th. They are tied for 9th. And there is your stats from the week 1 matchup as we head to week 2 against the Chicago Bears. So what do I think is going to happen? I think the Lions are going to win this game. 1, because we have not lost 2 in a row in almost 3 years. Next month, the middle of October, the last time we lost 2 in a row is when we were 1-6, and we got Aubrey Pleasant got fired after that game. That was the last time the Detroit Lions lost 2 in a row. From that point on, we went 8-2 in our last 10, and over the 2023 season, the 2024 season, and we have not lost 2 regular season games in a row. We have lost 2 games if you include the playoffs and then the opening week and stuff like that, or the preseason. But regular season, we have not lost 2 games in a row in a long time, in almost 3 years. So that's another reason, because we'll be at home. The last time we played at home, we know what happened. We lost to a team that lost last night. Or, Thursday Night Football, a team that didn't look like anything like the team that beat us in the divisional round. Granted, we were down 22 people, but I think that the Lions are going to have a lot of chips on their shoulder. First home game since the loss against the Washington Commanders, the abysmal performance on the Lambeau Field, the fact that we know if we lose, the loser of this game, it's not just if we lose, the loser of this game has a 10% chance to make the playoffs. All of that will incite a victory for the Detroit Lions. And John Morton, you want to redeem yourself? You run the football. You see you can do it. You run the football. You spread the field. Play action. You open up Jameson with none of this dink and dunk. John Morton called it a dink and dunk game. He literally called it a dink and dunk game. No more of that. No more of that. 1 or 2, 3 or 4, not 10. Not a bunch of dink and dunk. You got Jameson Williams, you got St. Brown, you got Tesla. Put him in the game more. He's supposed to get more snaps, more than 3. John Morton said we would see him on the field more. That better happen. You got a super-powered offense. A super-powered offense. I hate to do this because Josh Allen is reckless. But imagine Josh Allen with our receivers. Come on now. And I love me some Jared Goff. There was a time that Jared Goff is pinpoint accuracy. You give him time. He doesn't miss often. Josh Allen is a reckless human being on the football field. He's more reckless, in my opinion, than our former quarterback, Matthew Stafford. But man, oh man, could you imagine? So that means what I'm trying to say is you get it in their hands. One way or another, you get it in their hands. How you going to sign Jameson Williams the night before and he barely involved? He barely involved. The Chicago Bears are easy against the run. You run it. You run it. You get creative. Okay, you stretch the field. You got a superpower offense. The Detroit Lions will win this game. They will move to 1-1. Now, the good news is, once they win that game, their playoff percentage goes up. I don't know it off the top of my head. I just know 0-2 right now. That's the one that's in my head. If somebody knows the percentage of 1-1 teams that make the playoffs, put it in the comment section below. I will pin that comment. Thank you very much. After this, now the real game begins. The Lions we're legitimate looking at the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, away, home. We got the third shortest travel miles in the NFL this year, but we do a lot of back and forth, a lot of ping-ponging. Lions need to get this game. Show out in front of your home crowd. Get the nasty taste out their mouth from not only last week, but the loss against in the divisional round. Get it out. Get it done, man. Get it done. And let's go into Baltimore with a fighting chance, because we're easily staring at 1-2. Still haven't lost 2 in a row, but 1-2. And we gotta. I don't want to spoil the upcoming weeks, and hopefully you guys will forget by then. But I can see the line. I don't even want to tell you what I see the Lions after week 6 or 7, because it's not a good look. But it all starts tomorrow. Tomorrow is the difference maker. It really is. And we'll see what we got. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. The postgame show is everything. I will be home for the next 3 weeks. So I will be home, obviously, against the Bears on Sunday. I will be home on the game against the Baltimore Ravens. Decided not to go, just too long in the car. I've learned I got to fly to these games. Anything longer than like Cincinnati. Cincinnati is 4 hours there, 4 hours back. I can do that. Hall of Fame game was easy. Anything in Ohio, Indiana, in Illinois, any of that stuff. So like Chicago, Cleveland, all that stuff, I could do that. But outside of that, I can't do it anymore. So I've thrown in the towel for Baltimore, but I will be going to Cincinnati, and I will be going to, as a matter of fact, I will be going to Kansas City. I know now that I have to fly. I need to, stay at a place. All that stuff is happening. So I will be home for the next 3 games. The live streams are already set up. So I would recommend, if you are on the fence about subscribing to the YouTube channel, I understand, but consider subscribing, because the pregame tailgate will be, you will have to be a subscriber for a week. And the postgame show will be the same way. In order to participate in the postgame show, you are going to have to be subbed to the channel a week. My live streams will be open to everyone, but we've been doing this for 4 years, man. And I think the people who have earned the right to comment, like the people that have been rocking with me for a while, you earned the right to comment, and we're going to leave all those other guys. So don't be on the fence too long. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Did anyone figure out who is copying my post-game show live stream titles? In this YouTube space, there's an unspoken rule. If you see somebody else doing it, you try not to do it. We talk about the same thing. We all talk about the same things, but we put our own twist on it. But when you are the best or one of the best in the business, you are copied. And when somebody try to snuggle up to you to copy, then you see it, right? So put in the comment section below. You don't have to put it if you don't want to, but yeah, let me know if you figured it out. All right, you guys are awesome. I ain't trying to be messy. I'm just sick of seeing it. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.